Hey guys, welcome back to Option Clutch. So I'd ask you guys to again like, share and subscribe. So you can subscribe and press the notification bell so you'll get notified. Like these videos that I posted my 52k strategy, then I posted my 26k strategy. So please like, share and subscribe and press the notification bell. So that is it. We'll see today's topic. So derivative segment is the fourth part of the derivative segment course, and we're going to talk about world indices in this video. So let's get to it. What you need to know about world markets is, since India is an emerging economy and trade happens all over the world, it's important to know what is the market sentiment before and during market hours. So because India is not the only one that is trading, and that too India is an emerging economy. So we have to see like the superpowers like your US, then you have to see your Singapore, then you have to see Asian markets, and you have to see European markets. So based on that is what trade happens. Most of the time all of them go together only. Even oil also goes together. It might happen that oil keeps on going up but markets go down, but eventually something will follow another. That is what happens in oil versus your world markets. What you need to know is the markets to follow. We'll have capital markets and we'll have a future market. So capital markets, you need to follow Dow Jones Industrial Average. Okay, so I will give a link. Fine, I've given a link in this and I'll link the PPT below. So we're going to in.investing.com. So what we'll do is, first we'll go to major indices. Fine, once we go to major indices, it'll tell us that yesterday's close. So we have to see Dow Jones, Nasdaq if you want to see, you can see, and S&P also. Okay, so Dow Jones has closed minus 129 points in the negative. But you can see that our markets today has opened flat to a little bit positive. Now though we have closed minus 100 on the Dow Jones, minus 129, let me just look at the chart of Dow Jones. You can see that Dow Jones gap down means okay, it opened a little bit gap down and it reversed towards the upside. So you can see that there's been a reversal of around 2% on Dow Jones. That is the main reason why Nifty had opened flat to positive today. Even Bank Nifty, you can see it is a little bit flat to positive, only because you can see this reversal that happened in the market. So minus 129 is actually a negative number. So Nifty should have opened actually a little bit flat to negative. But if you see the reversal that has happened during the market hours on Dow Jones, you can see that it is a very positive texture that's happening in the market. So that is capital market. So Dow Jones, how it affects. So the next thing we'll look at is the Asian markets. So in Asian markets, we have your Nikkei, okay, that is your Japanese, then you have your Hang Seng and you have your Kospi. So what you need to know is, you need to know basically the percentage change. So you want to know whether it's a little bit positive or a little bit negative, or whether market is no direction, it's flat. If you see Nikkei in the morning, when Asian markets, you have to scroll down. So you can see that it is minus 1% in the negative. Fine. Then Hang Seng is also minus 1.9% in the negative. And Kospi is also minus 1.6% in the negative. Okay. Now the question is, though everything is negative, why are we holding the positive texture in the market? You see that the market has not gone anywhere. It has not gone anywhere on Nifty also. It's not gone much anywhere. It's still hovering around here. So the question now is, will there be a sell-off from here? Okay, that is pretty much possible. So you can see that Nifty, we had a huge, as soon as it went up, okay, whatever went up, it fell down. We got a 0.65% fall. So this entire up move was subdued and again we started going up. So it shows that okay, there is a little bit, bullishness at the lower levels, but at the higher levels you're finding supply. Okay, so let's look at Nikkei in the morning. So in the morning at 9 o'clock the market was a little bit negative. Fine, we got a sell-off that happened, 0.89% sell-off that happened on Nikkei. And Hang Seng also, we can see that the market is open. When we are about to open, market already fallen down and then it is now flat. On both it is flat. So on Nikkei also it's flat. On Kospi also it is absolutely flat, and on Hang Seng also market is flat. After the initial down move, on all the three indices, market has been flat. So you can see that Nifty we are not able to push up. Fine, we are sustaining at higher levels. Now the question is whether we are able to push up a little bit more, because this has been a good breakout that's happened after a good consolidation. So the thing is, if you are able to continue more, you need to know that the US futures market is not that negative. We can continue to push up, but majority of the markets are negative. That is one thing. So you cannot simply go and chase on the upside. You need to correlate everything. So this is world indices is just a part. You need to correlate everything. Okay, this push up is happening. You look at the open interest, what is happening to the open interest, what is happening to the volume, then what is happening with the VIX, what is happening to the US futures market, what is happening with the IV, then what is happening with the change in open interest, whether OI is going down or OI is going up, what is happening to the price. So there's a lot of things. World markets are just to know the little bit, to know whether okay the market can be a little bit positive or a little bit negative. So why I am a little bit positive on Bank Nifty I'm not that positive. Bank Nifty I'm very positive is because there has been a support of the CPR and you found a green candle. So whenever this happens, market is extremely bullish for me. So that is what has happened on the market. So that is why we are able to push up. This first candle from the CPR, if it is a green candle, market is bullish. So that is the main reason that today we are finding a support that's happening, strong support. So again it's tested once, we have bounced. Again second time, third time if it comes, it can easily break. Bank Nifty it's not even come once. So let us see. But again you can find a late afternoon sell-off. If morning sell-off has not happened, late afternoon definitely you can find a sell-off if you're not able to sustain at higher prices. But that since morning we have not listened to the Asian markets. All the Asian markets have fallen. So today we have not listened to the Asian markets. But then in the afternoon, what we have to see is, we have to see the European markets. What are the European markets doing in the afternoon session? So morning, we have found that we are not listening to them. Okay. Dow Jones also, we are not listening to them. Dow Jones, we have listened to them based on the recovery they have done intraday. Fine. Based on that, we are listening to Dow Jones, the capital market. Then your afternoon session, the capital markets, based on the move, we will also be able to move. So this you just need to keep an eye, because most of the time when European markets fall, we'll definitely find a late afternoon fall that happens in the market. Most of the time it happens, but again you will find exceptions. So nothing happens 100% in the market. So this is the best example. The Asian markets are negative, but we are still holding the positive tinge. So it never works 100%. There is always a little bit here and there. So what you need to know is, okay fine, you need to know the sentiment, that's it. Okay, I will not chase anything on the upside. Like this, I would have gone long, a stop loss hit. Fine. Then again I would have gone long, now you don't know. It's huge green candle. Now if you would have gone long, you would have kept your stop loss. Market has not moved much also. So that is what. You need to know the sentiment, world sentiment of the market. Though we are holding the positive texture in the market, we can easily fall down 100%. Already good momentum is coming on the downside. It can be a good pullback before another down move. So that is what you need to correlate certain things. So first one we looked at Dow Jones. So Dow Jones plus or minus 100 tells you sentiment, but intraday we recovered. So okay, a little bit positive tinges there. Fine. Then second, third and fourth, Asian market. So Asian markets are definitely negative. Now the next one is 5, 6 and 7. That's your FTSE. That is your UK. Then you have your DAX, Germany, and you have your CAC, that is your France. So we have 3. Now we also need to know what happens in the afternoon session. So based on that, again we can move. So that is the capital markets. So capital markets, how it moves, we'll also move. Now next one is futures market. So futures market, we need to see SGX Nifty means if you want to know the pre-open, or after that if you want to know the close, where SGX Nifty is going. So that you can see. But the most important thing is US 30. So US 30 is the Dow Jones futures market. So this is the Dow Jones capital market. So this is the Dow Jones futures market. That's your US 30. Now if I go to a chart, US 30 chart, fine, you can see that we are minus 75 right now. Okay, we are minus 75. We have found a sell-off that has happened from the high. That has happened early morning. So once Nikkei had opened, the market had fallen. So the US market had fallen and the Japanese market also had fallen. So you can see that how this is correlating. Both of them had fallen at the same time. So sell-off happens worldwide at the same time. Not sell-off happens first in the Indian markets, then Japanese market. If sell-off is happening, it will happen most of the time as a whole. Or if buying is happening, that will also happen as a whole. So that is what you need to know. Now you can see that after the sell-off, the market has not gone anywhere. It is pretty flat. It's playing in a 100-point range on Dow Jones. So the market is pretty flat on Dow Jones, but you can see minus 68, but it is pretty flat. So from the highs it has fallen, from here it is just very flat. So what is our market doing? We are also pretty flat. Nifty is also pretty flat. Bank Nifty is also pretty flat. We are not doing anything much in the market. So let us see. So if Dow Jones is able to recover intraday, if this comes to zero and starts going up a little bit positive, then even Indian markets such as Nifty and Bank Nifty also it'll get more help to push up. So Dow Jones, you need to know intraday. So anything plus or minus 100, it tells you the sentiment. Now the sentiment is pretty flat, and you can see that exactly what is happening in our Indian market. The market is pretty flat on Bank Nifty, and on Nifty also we are very flat. So plus minus 100 on US 30, that is your Dow Jones का futures market. So Dow Jones का futures market में plus or minus 100 tells you sentiment. These things will help you in the market. So I would suggest you to focus more on your Dow Jones, that is your US market. These two I would give more importance. This thing just to know the market sentiment before the market open and during the afternoon session. But I would tell you guys to focus more on US 30 and Dow Jones Industrial Average. So that is your DGI. So I've given the links. So I'll give the link for the PPT in the description. You guys can go and check it out. So that is it for today, guys. I think this will help you because we are able to correlate what is happening in the market real time. So I guess that helps you. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.